It's great to see all of you here. And on behalf of Dr. Pamela Fox and the Mary Baldwin University community, we want to welcome you back to Stanton. And I didn't see anybody on the police blotter this morning, so hopefully, yes, give you time.
Let me just say this is not a one-way street, and how much I appreciate that Mary Baldwin University is continuing the tradition of SMA. And so it will live on, and that's not only very important to me, but very important to everybody in the room. And if you feel as good about receiving that donation as I do about making it, then it's a good marriage.
We absolutely do. I'm so glad to hear that, though. It's going to be a wonderful commemoration for both of us, I think, SMA and Mary Baldwin. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
And now I'd like to pay tribute to an alum who has contributed financially in so many ways to help celebrate, protect, preserve into perpetuity the legacy of the Stanton Military Academy and the Alumni Foundation. Mr. Peter Worth, who's here with us tonight. Peter has done quite well since his days at SMA. Peter's the founder of American Benefits Consulting and has been its chairman and chief executive officer since inception in 1979, prior to the sale of his company to Alliant Insurance Services. Peter is now vice chairman for Alliant. Peter has over 40 years of experience in insurance and benefit business. Peter has a long track record of success in helping many companies to provide worldwide cost-effective insurance programs and compensation programs. Earlier in his career, Peter had led one of the largest life insurance companies in sales. As a general agent for National Life of Vermont, he built one of the largest insurance agencies in the company and was a leader in the sale of corporately owned life insurance policies. Peter, I want you to know I did a little digging with your time at National Life at Vermont. And according to a general agent at the time, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Mel Arden, who I believe you'll remember, and I had said to him, Pete is a real powerhouse. Mel went on to further say, and I quote, Pete's outstanding record up to this point is a good indication of things to come. He further went on to say, this young man, age 29, can do anything he wants to do. And I believe Mel was exactly right and saw the future of Peter Worth written on the wall. In addition to the folks at National Life of Vermont, consider Pete a natural-born humorist. Even his secretary at the time, Miss Jeanette Bailey, who I bet Peter remembers her name, agreed by saying, Pete's humor helped us lighten up the day, and besides, Peter Worth just couldn't help it. Peter is a member of the Board of Overseers of Norwell Health Foundation and a community member of the Western Regional Executive Council for Lenox Hill Hospital. In addition, he serves as a Board of Trustees for the Silver Shield Foundation, which provides funds to education of children, police officers, and firefighters who were killed in duty. Peter has 3 children and a fiance, Michelle Robson. Peter divides his time between New York City and Palm Beach. Peter enjoys golf, reading, and studying history and politics. Peter entered, as you know, earlier today, entered the junior school in the 8th grade in 1952 and remained at the academy until graduation in 1957. Upon graduation, Peter spent a year at Georgia Tech, and after 6 months in the Navy was called back during the Berlin crisis, and his squadron was sent to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Peter deeply values the camaraderie he experienced and the genuine personal friendships he built while at SMA. Peter, I had a pleasure of speaking with some of your fellow classmates and friends from your class of 57. I spoke to Bill Becker. Bill Becker wanted to know how much you pay each month in rent for your office in the Trump Tower, as he thought that might be the same amount to buy his entire town. Nick wanted to know, Peter, if you ever forgave him from the day the two of you were playing football together and he tackled you in a pile of you-know-what.
But most notably, and interesting comments received were from 2 of your fellow classmates who were with us tonight. First, I talked to Barry Goldwater Jr., who said he seemed to recall Peter occasionally cheating a little at golf, hiding liquor under the floorboards of South Barracks, leading a mini raid party on Stewart Hall. Gary further said that Peter used to boast that he would teach women to play golf. He would start them in the irons and work them into the woods. Barry went on to further say, remember Pete got so depressed one day he called the suicide hotline and got a call center in Pakistan. When Peter told them he was suicidal, they got so excited they asked him if he could drive a truck. Barry continued to say that Peter reached the age where happy hour is an app. So one night Peter got up to go to the bathroom, half asleep, and forgot to take his pants down. From that point forward, he was called No Splash Peter. And finally, Barry set out to say, he said, John Dean, another classmate of Peter, accused Peter of having a photographic memory that just never developed. So when I spoke to John said to me to make sure Peter's room is Stanton for the reunions at Cable Barracks. And if you say anything else about Peter, we may have to lock him up. So as one of our largest contributors and supporter of the Legacy Fund and projects benefiting Mary Baldwin, Peter's donated or placed $575,000.
If Peter was back in school and did the things he's done today for our beloved SMA, I am certain, beyond any doubt of reason, that his fellow classmates of the Corps, the administration, and the military cadre of the school would surely consider him a true leader and a fitting example of a first captain. So it's only fitting that we bestow onto Peter Worth the honorary rank of first captain.
All those of you who are not introduced tonight, please stand up. I don't know about you, this has been a rough day for me. I had to walk down the hill following Peter Worth, who forgot how to handle the staff and couldn't keep the pace. And then I got down there, and then I had to hike all the way back up.
When we all went down to Fort Lauderdale, and I managed the team, and you guys challenged the Fort Lauderdale swim team and beat them, and I remember that because I never saw anything like it. You swam right out of the pool. You never made the turn to come back.
I just kept going.
Yeah.
Those were great memories, and we grew. I mean, here we are. I don't know how many years later, but still friends, still with great memories. And
1957 is a long time ago.
well, it was, and we had a championship team. I mean, we were setting records. I think we still have that world record for the 400-yard long course record at North Carolina. Please welcome to the stage my old roommate, a lifelong friend, our speaker for tonight who understands perception, John Dean.
This is a send the bill to Peter Worth Class of 57 event. A once-in-a-lifetime, all-class reunion. And it's certainly my pleasure to be here. Peter and I have connected for so many years, I can barely remember. In fact, I was just asking him at dinner, when were we not in touch? And there were a few decades, but not many, that we weren't. And he told me tonight, he said, you know, I was in the subway and got off and saw the night edition of the Post, and the headline read, Dean says he won't be scapegoat. He said, God, I didn't know where he was. And we have been in contact ever since. But I want to most thank the Alumni Foundation for what you've done. I have not been here in some 62 years, and it's really terrific the way you're drawing people together, drawing the school and the memory of what we learned together. So I thank you all and wish you all well, and may we honor that code forever. It works. Thank you.
Okay, so we're here at the SMA V-Will Museum on the grounds of Mary Baldwin University, where we maintain all the artifacts from the former Stanton Military Academy. And we're pleased to show you today, the friends and family of Peter Worth, we're pleased to show you today a display case that our museum curator, Brocky Nicely, and our foundation secretary, administrator, Arlene Nicely, put together for this reunion. And we have some items in here that represent Peter's time at SMA. The SMA Alumni Foundation is so grateful to Peter for all he's done for us over the years. especially with the culmination of his gift to Mary Baldwin University to be able to transform the former Cabral Field into the SMA Worth Field. By doing so, he has placed our name on that field in perpetuity and will extend our legacy for many, many, many years to come. So we are so grateful for everything he's done, from the benches he's purchased, from the signage for the museum, for the restoration of the World War I monument, to helping us restore the cannon on Flagpole Hill. And we're so grateful for that we felt it was only appropriate that we would set up this display case in his honor and show some of the many things he was involved in during his time at the Academy.